First, here with reaction, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton is with us. Senator, they took out a hospital, for crying out loud. The Israelis, they have been going after military targets. But if you go back years, the Israelis have had to withstand what is over hundreds of thousands of missiles, mostly provided by Iran, either fired directly by them or through the proxies that they use. They have been at war with Israel for all this time. Now those missiles are more lethal than ever. And now they're on the verge. It's 2 minutes to midnight, a minute to midnight of getting nuclear weapons. That can't happen. The president's been clear. I'm not exactly sure what a peace deal would look like, but I think the conditions I laid out are the only ones that would actually work. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Sean, I agree with the details of a potential agreement that you laid out. Color me skeptical that the Ayatollahs would accept such a term. They've refused it for decades. But as you say, Iran is the one that's waged the forever war. They've waged a forever war against the United States and Israel and the civilized world since 1979. And for 25 years, American presidents have been pledging that Iran cannot get a nuclear weapon. But only one, Donald Trump, actually has done something about it and has said that we're going to bring this chapter to a close soon. So as you put it, Fordo, their deeply buried underground nuclear bunker, has to be closed one way or the other. It can be closed the easy way,
it has to
or
be
it can be closed the hard
immediately.
way.
If they can't use this to buy time to rebuild their arsenal or to go deeper into their nuclear program, to me, it would almost have to be next day or within 2 days, no more than a week, Americans on the ground in the Fordo facility, beginning the process of scientifically figuring out how to dismantle it. But it would also include anywhere, any place, anytime inspections. And they have to give up their long-range missiles and, frankly, any missile that has a range to hit any American target in the region. I think that would be a fair deal, considering they have no leverage and their back's against the wall because the Israelis have kicked their ass.
Yeah, and Sean, I don't think the president is going to allow the Ayatollahs to tap him along the way so many other presidents have. This is a chance to bring this chapter to a close. History will look back kindly on Donald Trump for ending this menace to the United States, to our friends in the region, to the civilized world. And as you said, he's going to make a decision within 2 weeks, be 2 days, could be 2 hours. The Ayatollahs need to act fast if they want to avoid the worst possible fate at Fordo. It's going to be closed one way or the other.
What do you make of China sending these mystery transport planes into Iran? That concerns me.
Well, China has been buying Iran's oil on the black market for years, propping up their economy. We shouldn't be surprised that China is going to continue to provide some kinds of support to Iran. But what you really see is Iran being isolated. China has not leapt to Iran's defense. Russia has basically said Iran is on its own. None of their so-called proxies, their ring of fire around Israel, has any desire left to fight Israel. In some places, where they once had footholds, like in Syria, Israel now has complete freedom of action against Iran. So I think the real story here is that Iran is totally isolated. President Trump, Prime Minister Netanyahu, has put the Ayatollahs on the back foot, and we're about to finally bring this threat to the United States to an end.
Let's bring a little politics into this. I mean, the left has been tolerant in the halls of Congress, on college campuses, of virulent anti-Semitism. And in many ways, they have been somewhat complicit. Their silence has been deafening. I find in this conflict as well, their silence has been somewhat deafening. Why are there not more outspoken voices against the #1 state sponsor of terror? To me, this is an issue of simple moral clarity, especially based on their history of following through and firing weapons, either directly or through their proxies, and also targeting Americans over the years, going back to 1979. There's your forever war. They started it.
Well, yeah, Sean, if you look at, for instance, some of these protests that have broken out on campus over the last 2 years, they don't just wave the Palestinian flag and burn the Israeli flag. They burn the American flag. They don't just chant against Israel. They condemn the United States itself, which has provided them so many blessings of liberty. The same thing is true in Iran. They call Israel the little Satan. They call the United States the great Satan. They chant death to Israel. They also chant death to America because they realize that we're part of the same heritage of Western civilization that they want to overthrow. That's what the radical left in America wants to as well. It's really two sides of the same coin.
Are there any things that you might be aware of, because this kind of caught a lot of people by surprise, that the president was opening the door a little bit to maybe giving them a little bit more time after the 60 days and Israel very quickly bringing them to their knees? Is there any insight, is there any other information that maybe the public's not thinking about that the president would know of that would cause him to buy a little more time? Because I suspect that's a possibility.
Yeah, Sean, I don't want to speculate about what the president is thinking or about any information that we may have that's not in the public domain. But I think it is clear after a week of Israel pummeling Iran's defenses that we do have the benefit of time here. Not months, not years, but hours, days, a couple of weeks, as the president decided today. He may give the Ayatollahs one last chance to try to turn over all of their nuclear weapons program and uranium enrichment. Also to make sure that we're prepared in the region and around the world. As you rightly said, Sean, this is not without risk. Our troops in the region are at risk. We have embassies around the world. For all we know, sleeper cells could be in America because of Joe Biden's wide open border. The president is aware of all of those threats.
I think we already know they are.
He wants to be prepared for them.
That's not an issue in dispute, is it? He's let in known terrorists. We know they're here.
Yeah, and I think. Yeah, and Sean, I think the president recognizes all of those risks and those dangers, but he understands, as he's understood for 10 years, that the danger of a nuclear Iran with ballistic missiles within a few years that could hit the United States makes all those things worth bearing for the sake of the safety of the American people.
All right, Senator Tom Cotton, we appreciate you being with us as always. And next on a busy news night tonight.